In this video, we are going to rearrange the products table so that each row has the product ID, store and price. Basically, it's going to be a pivotal of the row into columns. Hello, this is Jagan from Grow with Data. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Welcome to the 28th video of our Advanced SQL 50 interview question series. We have different topics to cover and we are now continuing with the advanced select and join related question. The video will be tagged in the Advanced SQL 50 questions playlist and the code we discuss in this video will be uploaded to the GitHub. The link for the GitHub page will be in the video description part. Let's see the dataset first and we can talk about the question more in detail. So we are given a table called products. So this table got for one product how much stock you have in three different stores: store 1, store 2 and store 3. If it's null, that means the particular product is not available in that store. Let's create this table. So if you see this, if we take this row, we are talking about the product 0. For store 1, we got the product stock as 95, and for store 2 the stock is going to be 100, and for store 3 the stock is going to be 105. Same way, if you see the second row, this talks about the stock for product 1. For store 1 they have 70 products, and store 2 is a null, there is no stock, and store 3 they got 80 stocks. So the expected output is going to be the product ID and what is the store and how much is the stock. So here it's 0 and this is store 1, right? So this is store 1 and this one is store 2 and this one is store 3, right? So that's how it is, right? Store 1, store 2 and store 3. We are pivoting the rows into columns. If you see this, the store 2 is having null value, right? So store 1 is here, store 2 is a null value, means there is no stock, and store 3 is 80. So we ignore the stores which don't have the stock. So this is what the expected output is. We ignore the null values and we get for every product what is the store and how much stock we have. We just pivot the rows into columns like this. It's a very simple question, and if you know the function, the basic logic of how to do it, you can do that in seconds. This is a first time hiccup. Once you know it, it will be so easy. Okay, let's start with one product and one store. So let's first start with the products table. Select from the product table. So first we have to get the product ID, and then we have to get the store 1 and the stock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hard code the value as store 1 as store, and I'm going to get the store 1's value. If I run this, for 0 for store 1 it's 95, right, the first row, and for product 1 store 1 it's 70. So if I want to go with store 2, I can take the same SQL. I say union all. Instead of store 1, I am going to get the store 2 value. If I run this, I get the product 0 and 1 for store 1 and then 0 and 1 for store 2. So the same is expected, but the store 2 for product 1 is null. So we have to ignore the null values. For that, what should we do? Where store 2 is not null. So we do that, the null value will be filtered, and this has to carry for the product 1 store 1 also, right? So currently there is no null value, but if there is a null value, then we have to ignore this. So if I run this, I got for product 0 95 and product 1 it's 70 for store 1, and for store 2 for only for product 0 it's 100, right? Here product 1 is null, so we ignore it. And if you want to go for the third, then the same thing, you union all, and then we get store 3, the column is going to be 3, and we just get this. So now we get store 3. For better understanding, we can say order by the product and then the store. So product 0, 95, 100 and 105. So 95, 100, 105. So product 1, 70 and 80. 70 null, we ignore it, and 80, right? So if you select the products table first, somebody asked me to show the data before we explain the code, but I forgot. Let's start with that. Select star from the products, right? So here for every product we got a single row that got converted or that got pivoted to every store got one row here. Store 1, 2 and 3, like store 1, store 2 and store 3 becomes rows here. The columns becomes rows, and the value 95, 100 and 105 becomes 95, 100, 105 is a row value now. So from the normal select statement which got one row for every product, now we are using 3 different queries to store the values in a pivotal way, right? So this is MySQL. We are using a MySQL database, but if there is a database like Microsoft SQL Server, there is a function called unpivot. So that's not going to work in this database, but I can show you the syntax. So if you say select the product, store and price, unpivot for the store in the 3 columns we put, you get the price, right? So if you use this, Microsoft SQL Server will get you the same result. Since we are using MySQL, this syntax is not going to work. This MySQL don't have the unpivot function, so it's going to throw an error, but it work in SQL Server. Okay, so what we did, to summarize, first we took for one product, one store, what is the value, and then we make a filter that we consider only the valid stock. If it's null, we ignore it, and then we go with the second store and the stock using the union all, and we repeat that for store 3. In this format, if you have multiple stores, then you have to add more SQL to it. This is a dynamic, and there are a function called unpivot in other databases like my Microsoft SQL Server, which can make it more dynamic. So how much ever column you need, you can just add this here, and the unpivot will give the same result. If you want to get this code for your practice, then that will be in the GitHub, and this video will be in the advanced SQL 50 questions playlist, and all the descriptions will have the GitHub link that will take you to the code base. Now we are talking about the 28th video. So let's refresh the page. So once you refresh, you get the 28th. The video will have this link where you have the create statement, what is expected, and how you write the SQL. And this is the syntax for the MS SQL Server, which has the unpivot function. You can use this for your practice. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join WhatsApp channel. I started putting the short videos before the actual video got released, so you can see the shorts before the video show up in the YouTube channel. You can just join the WhatsApp group to see that. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.